Everyone, it's Patty, and I want to show you a very easy masculine birthday card that I made. Um, this is using Tranquil Tide color, cardstock, I should say, and I use the Happy Birthday Gorgeous and the Happy Birthday matching Thinlits for this card. So I'm going to make it a little bit different. I'm going to use different colors. I'm going to use the Fresh Fig, another of the new ink colors, and this is the inside. Very simple. I kind of struggle with masculine cards sometimes, so I love this Thinlit set because it just, is such a large image. It really takes over most of the cards, so you don't have to add much else to it. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just cut my card base. I don't usually do this on camera, and I just thought it might be good for you guys to see how I do it. I use the Stampin' Up trimmer, and I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 Whisper White. And what I do is I always, for the standard A2 card, you use an 8.5 by 11 and you cut it right in half at 5.5. And on this trimmer, there's two little things. One, this is for scoring, and this is for cutting. So I always do both steps when I cut a piece of cardstock. So we'll go 5.5, take this out, and I should say I do these two steps when I do a card base. I wouldn't do that for other cuts. And then for this, I'm just gonna, and I'm doing 4.25, and I just go back and forth a few times and then take that out. And then you can fold this right in half. And then I'll use the bone folder in a minute. I wanted to leave this out because I also wanted to cut my strips, these strips, and they're very thin. Let me see. I have a piece of the Fresh Fig, and what I did was I went right up. I don't know if you can see this, but this line here is the score, and I went right up against here. I don't even know what that measurement is, to be honest. We can cut it and then measure it. So I'm going to just cut that up, and let's see, it is, I guess, 1/8 of an inch, so that would be 1/8, oh, 1/4 of an inch, quarter, half, is the next one. So I'm going to cut 4 of these. The length is a little bit longer than I need, but I wanted to have it so I could just glue it down and then cut off the excess. So I'm going to do 4 of these. And I like to go up and down, one cut up, one cut down on my my blade here, so that it gets, both sides are getting sharpened, I guess, or equally used. So I have my 4 pieces. And then we can put the trimmer away. And now I want to cut out the Happy Birthday. So let me put these aside, and I'm going to use the same piece of cardstock. And I'll pull out my Big Shot. And I will just, I have my platform closed completely. I'm going to put a plate on, and then the piece of Fresh Fig cardstock, and then I try to line this up as close to the edge as possible so that we don't waste. I might be able to use that little area of cardstock on some other project. I love this Fresh Fig. It's one of the new ink colors, and it's really a nice color, and I think it's good for a masculine card. I go back and forth so that I get a good crisp cut. So let me just pull this out, get rid of the Big Shot, and then we can just pull this out here. And it's a little bit, just don't want to pull it too hard. Let me just get my poker tool. I should have had this with me, sorry about that. So I see it's stuck a little bit up here. So I'm just going to poke that through, and then we can just pull this out. Doesn't seem like it cut good enough. You know what? I'm going to try it with the, sorry, the precision plate, and I'll show you how I can cut right through this again. Didn't mean to leave you there, but let's try this again. So some of the Thinlits are, there's a lot of cuts in them, and you're better off if you use this precision plate. So you cut right into it. So you have your base, you put your precision plate down. You don't need to put a plate down because you're going to cut right into this. We're going to put this down, and I am going to fit this right back in, and it should fit over it, and you should be able to kind of feel it fit in right to the exact place. So we should be able to cut right through. So I'm going to go through again. I didn't think this would need the precision plate, but there were a lot of cuts to it. So let's try this and see if that did a better job. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so we'll pull it out again. And I'm going to try to poke it through where it's stuck. Okay, we're getting there. All right, so that's done. And now these pieces should come right out. And just poke some of these little ones out. All right, I think that got everything. One more piece here. So let's just slide this off, get it out of our way. So now we have most of the pieces. I am just going to, sorry, I hit the camera here. I'm going to just put this down. And what we'll do is we'll glue this down, and then we'll glue those edges down. Now I use this liquid glue. It's the multi-purpose glue. And sometimes I use the fine tip glue, but I kind of like this glue better. And I'm just going to go over the letters, put a little glue on. This is a pretty strong glue. It does dry clear, so if you get a little bit oozing out, and you can also use an eraser, and I'll show you that in a minute, if you want to get any of, I'll call it the goobers, off. If something comes out, it does take it off nicely. Let me just finish this, and then I'll show you that. So let's see. Have this little piece there. Okay. And the other thing with this liquid glue is it gives you a couple of seconds to move your piece in place exactly where you want it before it dries. Sometimes when you use some of those other glues, you put it down and it's stuck, and you better have it straight. Okay, so let's see, a little bit more there. So I'm going to turn this around and glue it down right in the center. So I did get a little bit over here, and I'll just show you when it dries how to take that off. Let me get So this is the eraser. It's a gum eraser. If you ever needed to just rub it off, it will get that glue off. Okay. So that's down. Now we can glue these side pieces down. So I'm going to go across the top and the bottom, and again it's going to hang off a little bit, but that's okay. We'll leave this up as a guide. So let's get some glue on here. And just going to come down a little bit. I'm going to try to line it up on this side, and then on the other side I can cut it off. Okay, so you got the one down. Here's the second, and I'm going to try to, the same amount of white space as I have above. So try to line it up pretty much the same way. That looks good. Pull it straight across. Okay, so I'm going to just cut these two tabs off. And this way it's lined up exactly across the card. Okay, and then we have two more, so we'll do the side two. All right, and we'll just come out here. I'll line it up from the top down. And this piece is a lot longer. All right, and just one more. You see there's a little glue sticking out, but we'll take care of that. Not a problem at all. This one looks thinner. Well, we're going to go with it. All right. And let's cut this off. And there you go. So the last thing we're going to do is to just do a little bit of stamping. I have the stamp pre-mounted, and I'm going to use this Fresh Fig ink to coordinate with the paper. And this is from this Happy Gorgeous stamp set, and it's just this, and then I'm going to put the It's Your Day in the inside of the card. So we'll just ink this up and just kind of put it around the happy birthday. And then on the inside, we're going to do the It's Your Day. And we'll move that right a little bit toward the top in the center. And then you can put some of these, squiggly things around this as well. And you're done. So pretty easy card. I think it's good for a guy card. And looks like the glue all held out okay. So let me know what you think. These are the two cards, Tranquil Tide and Fresh Fig Color. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.